Hello, people out there in YouTube land. Click on this video because you want to know how to lose weight without diet and exercise. And the reason it's without diet and exercise is because the way I lost weight was more effective with faster results than what diet and exercise would be. And that's why it's really good. Because my way has you burning calories all day long instead of going to the gym, working out as hard as you can for an hour, burning calories for that 1 hour, and then the rest of the day you're usually spent eating, making up for the calories that you just burn off in the hour at the gym. So it kind of makes it, unless you really watch what you eat and really exercise a lot, it makes it kind of pointless. But and if you're like me, I was extremely overweight. I'm 6'7", and I was about 275. I would say I lost, let's see, I'm 192 now, so I lost about 83 pounds so far in about 3 or 4 months, doing what I do without working out at all whatsoever. I mean, I'm not even active as far as my job. I sit at a desk pretty much all day. That's why it really helps, or the way I do it really works and really helps out with like a sedentary kind of lifestyle, so you can still burn calories even if you're not like in an active job such as nursing or something like that. The way I lost weight, and I did a lot of research online, this is how I found it, after a friend told me about it. I did a lot of research on different weight loss things. It's called an ECA stack. So when I was heavy or overweight, which I'll post a picture now, yeah, so that's what I looked like before I started. And the ECA stack, ECA stands for ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin. Now, ephedrine is, a lot of people think ephedrine is illegal. Ephedrine is not illegal. It's just illegal to sell as a dietary supplement because I guess a handful of people extremely abused it and ended up getting seriously injured, or I think a few died actually. I know I read a story about one kid took 20 pills at once or something like that, which even with aspirin is dangerous. Ephedrine is pretty safe. Other than like one guy had a heart murmur, things like that. Ephedrine's pretty safe for the most part. More people die in a year from aspirin and things like that more than ephedrine. As long as you use it responsibly, it shouldn't be an issue. The way ephedrine works is it raises the thermogenesis in your body by releasing small amounts of adrenaline. So basically, throughout the day, for about 4 to 6 hours, the ephedrine will release small adrenaline, which will raise your heart rate up to, for at least my case, the fat burning zone. So it was pretty much like I was jogging all day, even though I wasn't working out. I didn't get jittery or anything like that. I just could feel my heart beating faster. It made me more alert. Jittery, cracked out, if you will, was not a feeling that I had while on it. So, and the way you get ephedrine, because like I said, it's illegal to sell dietary supplements, is Broncaid. Broncaid is a medicine that you can get. You have to ask for it. It's behind the counter at pharmacies. I bought it at Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, anywhere like that. It's behind the counter. It comes in, I've seen it in 60 pills per box, which is what this is. I've also seen it in 24s. Another good thing about it is it's extremely cheap compared to other dietary supplements. This box of 60 cost about $12 to $14, and this will last you 3 weeks if you take the normal dosage. So, compared to things like Hydroxycut or other weight loss supplements, Ally, which I don't recommend that to anybody. I mean, I know it works, but just not one for the side effects of Ally. But yeah, $12 compared to the other stuff is absolutely amazing because it's an asthma medicine, because ephedrine is a natural asthma reducer. It's a natural bronchodilator, which basically, so if you have any kind of slight asthma, it helps with that as well. basically opens up your airways, loosens phlegm, helps you breathe easier, which is also a plus on top of the absolute amazing weight loss factors. Because not only does it raise your heart rate to the fat burning zone, but it also raises your body temperature by a degree or two, which isn't really that big of a deal, because 60% of your calories lost per day is through generating body heat. So I think I calculated when I started using this, I burnt about 3,000 to 6,000 calories extra per day, which is amazing. It's, I mean, 3,500 calories is 1 pound of body fat, so it's like 1 or 2 pounds of just pure body fat. Another good thing is when it does burn calories, it burns 80 to 90% strictly fat, so it barely touches your lean muscle mass at all for you know, getting, you know, burning off calories that your body has stored. So mostly 89% fat, which is amazing. Another good thing is ephedrine is a major, I'll put that down, is a major appetite suppressant. Majorly appetite suppressant. I think I went at one point 3 days without eating, which I don't recommend. I just forgot to do that, to eat. That's how well it works. Then my stomach was growling even though I wasn't hungry. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't ate. So not only does it work as to reduce your appetite drastically, so you lower your calorie intake, but you're burning massive amounts of calories on top of taking in less than what you normally would. So when I first started taking it, when I was 275, I was losing about 2 to 3 pounds a day, which a lot of people say is unhealthy, which is not, because I'm burning them off through not exercise, but the same method of burning calories through my heart rate being in the fat burning zone, as well as my body temperature being raised a little bit. So they say it's not healthy to lose that much fat through exercise, because that would exhaust your body and things like that. But through this, at least for me, it was fine. The second thing is caffeine. I guess I forgot to bring in the caffeine. Sorry about that. But caffeine, just like NoDoz, anything you can get on the counter, 200 milligram caplets, is fine. The caffeine part basically enhances the ephedrine. It's like PB&J. You don't want to take the ephedrine, the Broncaid, without the caffeine with it. They're just together. That's pretty much all the caffeine does. You want to take one caffeine pill for every ephedrine that you take. So one caffeine pill, 200 milligrams, one ephedrine. And what's perfect about Broncaid is the ephedrine is already in the proper dosage of 25 milligrams. Ephedrine sulfate. 25 milligrams is what you're supposed to take per one caffeine, which is 200 milligrams. So perfect. Take one Broncaid, one caffeine, and I'll get into that. Now aspirin, the reason you take aspirin, and I didn't because I have really good health, really good blood pressure, things like that, is aspirin thins out your blood, because ephedrine will raise your blood pressure, so you definitely want to get that checked out before you start. If you're extremely overweight to where you have high blood pressure, things like that, I wouldn't recommend doing this before getting that down, and check with a doctor and things too. But the aspirin will thin out your blood, which will keep your blood pressure from getting up in like hypertension levels, things like that. I didn't need it. I've checked it both off and on the ECA stack. My blood pressure was fine, so I didn't feel the need to buy aspirin and use it. It was just one more thing that I would have to take. I don't need that. The recommended dosage is 3 times a day. Do 1 caffeine and 1 ephedrine, 1 Broncaid together, and 1 aspirin if you do aspirin. But I'm just saying what I did. Do 1 caffeine and 1 ephedrine. Now, I'd recommend starting with just doing it in the morning. Just do 1 caffeine and 1 ephedrine just to see how it affects you. Me, like I said, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger guy. My personality is kind of jump in both feet first. I did 1 of each. So I did 1 dosage, which is 1 ephedrine, 1 caffeine. I did it in the morning. When I woke up, I did 1 at lunchtime, and I did 1 right when I got off work, because it lasts about 4 to 6 hours, so that by the time I went to bed, I wasn't having the side effects of insomnia or things like that. Yeah. And like I said, just the appetite suppressant on top of the just taking the pills. That's all you got to do. I sat at a desk all day. Was burning like 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds the first couple of days, and it was just, I kept a chart above my scale of each date and watched my weight just each day. It was just at least a pound going down the whole time. Sometimes, actually not every day it wasn't a pound, because there were days when I went out like drinking or something like that, but for the most part it was at least a pound a day going down in the 3 months. I would keep track, definitely get before and after pictures. One thing I would caution is the appetite suppressant, which works so well. I think I was taking in maybe like 500 calories a day. Also works on thirst, so you won't feel thirsty, so you want to make sure you stay hydrated, because if you do decide to do it, the heart rate thing will, make you'll be burning calories all day, so you'll get dehydrated pretty quickly. So just make sure you drink a lot of water. Plus, water helps flush out your system too to help you lose weight. When you weigh yourself, you want to weigh yourself in the morning. That's how you get your accurate weight. And let's see, anything else? Yeah, that's pretty much all you got to do. And I just lost, so far, 80. I'm down to 192. So, haven't quite got a six-pack yet, but I'm working on it. I got a little bit more ways to go. But I figured I've lost so much already that I just wanted to share what happened with me, because I know a lot of people struggle with, trying to lose weight and things like that, and this diet and that diet. You don't really got to change what you eat. You don't got to reportion what you eat, because the appetite suppressant works so well that you really aren't going to eat a lot anyway. Another positive effect is, because you're not eating a lot, your stomach actually shrinks. So when you do get to your weight, it's a lot easier to maintain, because it takes a lot less food to fill you up. I think when I was 275, I would go to McDonald's. It's kind of embarrassing, but I would go to McDonald's and spend like $13 to $15 on food. And I thought, I'm a bigger guy, so it's okay. I would get like double quarter pounder meals, nuggets, McFlurries, things like that, just all in one meal. And now looking back, it's really embarrassing I got that much food, because it really was a lot more than what I needed. Now my stomach has shrank so small that I go and get just a regular cheeseburger and a small fry, and I'm like when I can barely finish it. I'm so full, which is amazing. It's really amazing. So it's a lot easier to maintain the weight as well, because of the stomach shrinking. So that's another positive effect of it. Now a lot of people might be thinking like, oh, this sounds like it's unhealthy. You're taking pills. It's raising your heart rate. Well, only a handful of people die from ephedrine. So it's not really that dangerous as long as you do it like what you're recommended to. That's just what I did, was 3 times a day. Also, what's more unhealthy than doing this ECA stack is being overweight. Obesity is the #1 factor for death in America. 75% of Americans are overweight. And it feels really great to go from being one of those that are in the 75% to being in the 25% and bringing that number down. So I have a lot more energy. Not just from the ephedrine, just from having 83 pounds so far, just that I don't have to carry around with me anymore. A lot lighter on my feet, which helps out a lot. So you can't really see me, so I'll put not an after, because I'm still doing it, but a current picture of me up now. So this is what I look like now. I took this recently. So I got a little bit more ways to go. I might go maybe like 10 more pounds, just to see if I can get down to at least close to a 6-pack, to where I can start just lifting weights and things like that. One last cautionary thing is, you don't want to do any exercise at all while you're on the ECA stack, because it raises your heart rate. Any kind of cardio you do will only make it jump that much higher. So you don't want to get your heart rate too high, plus it'll dehydrate you. So basically, it's safer to not do cardio and just take the pills, which actually works better than going to the gym anyway. So I know I'm kind of rambling now, but that's what I did. I hope if you decide to do it, that it works out great for you. I told a lot of people about it. I keep saying told a lot of people about it. They've all lost weight. I can't think of one person that it hasn't worked for. I know one girl I told lost 40 pounds. Another girl lost a little bit more than that.